Guys, the SLY GUY podcast is going to be coming at you live on Friday the 19th of January at the Strand Arts Centre. I'm going to be there. I'm going to have guests there as well, and those guests are Shane Todd and Andrew Ryan. I mean, two of the biggest names on the scene. What else do you want if you're a fan of this podcast? It's going to be a absolute delight. There's only a couple of tickets left. If you're listening to this the day it's released, it's tomorrow, so be pronto. Get the tickets via the link in the description of the video, and I'll see you tomorrow. The SLY GUY podcast is on Patreon. For those of you that have been living under a rock, what is Patreon? Patreon is a service whereby you get behind the paywall extra content for podcasts and other things that you enjoy. So for this podcast, you get early access to the weekly SLY GUY podcast. You get the extra SLY GUY podcast. You get reams and hours of bonus footage. You've got extra podcasts. You've got vlogs. You've got early ticket access. All at patreon.com/SLY GUY podcast. Do not miss out if you're a fan of the show, because all the good stuff's over there, and there's more stuff coming pretty soon. I'll tell people on Patreon, but I'll not just tell you guys, so relax. The SLY GUY podcast is always brought to you in association with Modest Beer. And Modest Beer have a website where you can find out more about Modest Beer, and that website is as follows: www.modestbeer.co.uk. You can go there, you can see what sort of beers they have, what kind of merch they have, and if you think to yourself, shit, I want to scoop some of that up, you can do so. And then you look at the final basket and go, if only I could have 15% off. You can, by using the discount code SLYPA15. That's SLYPA15 if you like things to be said phonetically or whatever. That's not phonetically, it doesn't even make sense. Who cares? SLYPA15, 15% off your purchase at www.modestbeer.co.uk. Go after it.
I'm the SLY GUY.
Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the SLY GUY podcast. I'm going to just come out and say it straight away. This was, without a shadow of a doubt, a classic episode. One of my favourite ever episodes of the SLY GUY podcast. It was just a fun conversation of just topics that I enjoy talking about. You know, the Bible was featured in there. Tunnels under synagogues. You know, fun things along those lines. Like what exactly it is to be a man who enjoys solitude. You know, it was a deep episode. It was silly, it was fun. I could have carried on the episode probably for another 2-3 hours, but then people have stuff to do, people to see, chats to be had, dinners to be made, kids to be picked up from school, and so on and so forth. We chatted about secret saunas and bear culture in Belfast, amongst other things. I'm not talking about the zoo, by the way. I'm talking about a rebrand for this guy. But it was an unbelievable hour for me, and hopefully you guys enjoy this week's episode of the SLY GUY podcast as well. I can't speak either. I'm too excited to tell you who the guest is. It's one of my favourite comedians. One of my favourite guys, let's be honest. It's me and my glorious guest, the majestic James McKegney. Enjoy the episode, people.
One of the best documentaries you should watch, and he always says, it's my motherfucking set. What the fuck's he called?
CT Fletcher?
Dude.
It's on Amazon.
His documentary's amazing. I might actually watch it again.
He
had like fucking 3 heart attacks because he had McDonald's for like 3 times a day for like 20 years. I'm pressed. He was huge. Then his heart exploded. He got a new heart. And then they were like, you can never lift another weight again. And then he got shredded out of his damn mind.
Making that Usher meme? What?
Yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, he got fucking... are we live?
Yeah, we're started. We're just going straight in because this is good.
I've genuinely thought like he's watching. It's good. You've seen it, haven't you?
No, I've not seen it, but it's on my list now because I've got into bodybuilding documentaries. You know what the only downside is? You have Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
You know what the downside is? Anybody can put any fucking thing they want on Amazon. So
is that true?
Yeah. So I watched a documentary where these two guys who just made it themselves, and there's just these two brothers who did a 40-day fast, 20-day water, 20-day juice, and you know what? It was shit. I was like, you guys just, fuck, this is a waste of my time. I wanted to just, but then they were talking about people being like, do you fast and all? I just wanted to see the guys because they fucked off to the wilderness in Australia for 20 days to just drink water.
I think there's definitely something in men to make them want to just fuck off into the wilderness.
Yeah.
What is that? I don't know. Is that our like inert instincts?
I don't know.
I just said the word inert and I have no idea what that means.
And I just sort of went over the top of it because I don't know enough of what it means. And I don't know, innate, is that what you were
Innate,
thinking?
yeah,
Inert
maybe.
is a word too, though. Who knows?
It is. Who the fuck knows? But is there something within us to make us want to live in a forest for a while?
I think
Couple of bros.
I think men they like solitude. Like,
Oh man, see, as I'm getting older, I fucking love solitude. I get worried sometimes. I'm like, I would happily not speak to anybody for weeks at a time.
but you know what? I agree with you. And
It's good though.
And see, COVID, like looking back on it,
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. Like a lot of people, like I was hard not
love
going anywhere.
COVID, lad.
She's being in the house in the summer.
Do you know what
Good
the best
time.
part about COVID for me was? That there was no expectation to do anything, but nobody had expectation to do
Yeah.
anything. So everyone was just like, fuck, let's just chill out. And it was great. Everybody just chilled out.
Because my lucky thing with COVID was I didn't get it because I'm a fat asthmatic and it'd been no, I did. I got it, but I fought through. But no, I was working, and kind of my job at the time in the housing executive, the tenants were like, you know what, I'll not torture these bastards. So for about maybe a month, I just kind of had a computer on in my house, getting paid to just be in the garden.
Fuck, that's
But
beautiful.
then after a while, they're like, I've my gutters and all, and I'm like, right. Then they
Yeah, you start having to do stuff. But that first month was
having.
like, I think everybody remembers that first month as being absolutely glorious.
Yeah, but it also takes you back to a time where life was just simpler.
Yeah.
Because you did, and then like you get out for a wee bit, and it's a bit of me's like I would like there to be another one, a wee bit.
Yeah, like just a forced government lockdown for no reason.
Because you know what,
Just
genuinely,
the chill out lockdown. But everyone's just chill out.
but when
bro.
someone
lockdown.
says to me, "What's something you look forward to in life?" Like genuinely, it's when my children are like in their teens. And they're like
Yeah.
just young girls, young women. They just want to hang out with their mum. They want to go out and do girl stuff, go shopping and all. And I just get left with the dog. Me and the dog, the beach,
Oh,
the
lad.
countryside.
She and the dog out on the beach, out in the field. Oh man, that's a beautiful image.
It's a dream.
That is also one of my dreams. Do you know what? Do you know what? Like one of the best bits about doing stand up or like videos or whatever for me is those things are all great, but the best part about that is once I do those things, I feel like justified in doing nothing for like 2 days straight.
Yeah.
And see, them 2 days, that's my favorite.
Oh.
My favorite days ever.
Did you find like any comedian I've spoken to has said January's quiet? Like it notoriously is a quiet month for stand up. But I got rid of Christmas. Like I was a bit sick over Christmas. It was boring snore. I got through that and then had like a load of gigs between Christmas and New Year. And then I looked at my diary and I have nothing until the 19th. And it's like I enjoy that.
Yeah, keep it that way.
Yeah. But you know what else?
All my gigs are later in January.
Yeah. See.
I haven't done this week, I don't
But
know.
you know what I like doing? Planning. I love to sit down and go, this is what I'm doing a wee bit of work.
Sorts out the mind.
Yeah, it's good. Like I'm collecting all my sketches into one. I'm just gonna get them filmed. Just do it. And then
Fuck
they're
yes,
done.
lad.
You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
what I'm
it's a good
trying to
idea.
do. Get a sketch out at least once every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Get something out there. Like,
Yeah. See,
That's
it's
what I mean.
like this is what I'm doing with the podcast, recording it in a bulk. So then I've just time, you know.
Yeah.
So maybe do 2-3 days a week, and then that leaves you a couple of weeks of where you
bulking
don't need it, you know?
podcast. Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
fucking nice.
Which is fun because again, my 2 days again back to this being on your own when the kids are at school and Catherine's at work on Wednesdays and Thursdays. I love to just kick back with my dog.
But it's good. Like, you know what? It works because you have Catherine and the kids. But if you didn't have those and you were just always, you had like all the free time, then it would suck. It's only good if you feel you've earned it. Do you know what I mean?
You're 100. That's the nail in the head.
Yeah, you need to have all that chaos for that to be like the payoff of doing nothing.
Because I did something the other night and it was amazing. I went up to bed at 9 o'clock.
Oh, yeah.
And I bent my dick round. No, I just got into bed and I started reading the book. And I was like 10 minutes into it. I was like, I'm just sitting on my bed reading the book, and it's
You're like,
nice. This is
who
fucking
are
it.
we, bro?
Yeah. And
That's nice.
And that's because that's my big plan this year: sleep better
Yeah.
and be healthier. Not necessarily lose weight, but yes, that's a big
Just
thing.
be healthy and the weight will.
Yeah, look after
It will
itself.
look after
that's,
itself.
That's the saying.
This is like a very zen kind of mindful podcast.
But I think that's the thing. Like last year, I remember looking at my wee book. It was funny. I think I said on the podcast before, I had 13 years resolutions. Like a lot of them work related.
Right, okay.
And out of the 13, I achieved 2. And then I look back at them now.
Better not.
Yes, but also I was like, why have I made that work stuff such a priority?
Yep.
And then I went, you know what? I'm just going to this year, health first, and then the work will come.
Everything will seem easier
know,
when
and
you're
it'll-
healthy, lad. Yeah, that's always the first one. Yeah, that's good shit. I was going to say as well, I always find, like, say if I'm like, my life's fucking hectic as shit. This sounds so stupid, but like, say if you just like clean up your space, everything just you're just like, oh, I can. Why does that work? Why does cleaning your fucking space make your like just everything feel chill?
Because I think, you know who are the biggest psychos in the world? The people who can work amongst the chaos of mess. Like,
yeah, it actually scares me sometimes. Like, see, I can't see my wee sister goes into the living room. She'll leave that room as if like a hurricane hit that room, and I have to go in and tidy it up before I can sit down and relax. I have to fluff. I have to fluff the pillows. I can't just throw a pillow on the sofa. I have to fluff that shit up.
Yeah, no, I'm totally with you, man.
Do you know what I mean?
And like, we have again. This is not like if Catherine, which she does, she listens to everything. She'll and then go, "What do you say about me this week?" But I think she gets these like throws are big. She loves to throw a blanket. Like pulls it down. It's like, oh no, evening, it's cold. She won't let me put the heat on. But see, on Wednesdays and Thursdays, I'm in the house by myself. I have the heat on all day.
Yeah,
I use the tumble dryer. I just use it.
You just turn it on.
Yeah, I just
tumble dryer, dishwasher.
Yeah. I'm like a guy to the X-Men. It's just all electricity. That's just me in my house by myself. Just love. That's why I need to get out into the wilderness, because I'm just fucking ironed up.
Are you like a? This is such. I feel like it's such a dad thing. Like during the week, you're like, no heating, lads. We can have the heating for an hour.
Yeah, and
then it's not cold. Like my dad can't admit it's cold.
Yeah,
he has this weird thing where he's like, it's not cold. And you're like, you're literally shivering. And you're wearing a cardigan.
I think those rules are flipped now.
Catherine,
I like the heat.
Right,
I like the heat. I like to be comfortable.
Yeah, I'd rather be boiling than freezing. I get so angry when it's cold.
Oh no,
I'm just upset.
But then you think, there's literally a little white box that I can press to not be cold anymore.
Yeah, and like, why wouldn't I press that button?
Press that button.
I don't like when it's cold. My everything's annoying. My wiener gets small, and I get upset looking at it.
Yeah.
It actually annoys me.
See that here's
I'm like, that is not even. It's only me looking at it, and I'm still annoyed. Like,
but here's a life hack for you: if you get your belly big enough,
right,
you can't see it, and then you can't get sad.
That is good, lad.
Listen,
that's good. Do you know what I found?
There's some life hacks for you.
Thank you.
That's what we're all about.
you want to just like not see your wiener. Do you know what as well? I found that when I was a lot heavier, I had a way sicker bulge on my wiener. My wiener didn't get bigger, but the bulge got bigger because my legs were like pushing my junk out.
So it's like, see, this is another thing I don't think a lot of people take into consideration.
Some people don't think about it.
Balls are there, so if the legs are closed, the balls push forward.
Yes,
and then the piece is on top of the balls.
Yes.
Whereas now at my age, the balls are down here.
And now, so it's just like a flat, and then down here there's two wee bumps, and I was like, what is that?
What's going on?
Is that his testicles?
Yeah. But it's a weird. Like I was doing a video with Shane the other week. We were playing football, and I dove to save the ball, and I really crushed both my balls between my legs, and it was not good.
Yeah,
it was not a good feeling in the slightest. And that's
nipping the balls, man. Even like sitting down on them.
I've sat on my balls before in a toilet, and it wasn't good. Like they've just been too
toilet,
yeah, because I've been wearing like comfy like tracksuit bottoms. I've had heat on. Everything's just soft down there.
Yeah,
and then it's just I don't realize like they're just they are hanging, and they could be swinging. You know, if you're in a rush, because sometimes you'll be like, do I need a fart? And you're like, actually, no, I need shit.
You went to sit, your balls just went on the seat, and you just went,
yeah. And it was like, oh my god. And then you go, have I burst one of these? Because you think, like, name the most devastating move in the history of the world, the Hulk Hogan leg drop. I'm effectively doing the Hulk Hogan leg drop on my balls.
Yeah, you're like jumping,
landing. The Hollywood leg drop on your own balls, not good.
Oh, that would be fucking awful, lad.
So now I have to almost like cup them and stuff whenever I'm like sitting down.
Yeah, sometimes I have to like when I'm sitting down, like I have to like push. I do the opposite. I push right down.
Yeah,
so that I don't sit or my wiener doesn't touch the inside of the toilet bowl. Sorry what we've got here, but it's important to me and it's on my mind, so I need to say it.
I think I've said it before, but I had one time where I was just having a bad day in work. I went in the toilet and I was like, I need to space out, like.
Yeah,
I just need to open my legs and just sit down and just let the business happen. But I was like, I'm not going to do that in a regular cubicle. It's like there's no one in my office disabled at the time. Yeah, but it's like when there's no disabled people in the office, you know what I mean? I just go in and I'm just going to use that.
Yeah.
So I went in.
Like I need a pee so bad, I am disabled.
Yeah, and that was the case. I was that tired. Like I remember sitting down, but you know when your legs are properly, and I was like, whenever I was kicking back the toilet, I was like, oh, my dick's kind of touching the bowl. I don't want that.
Yeah.
So I just put it on top of the seat, you know, and I just sat back like this. But I was in such a rush to get in. I hadn't properly, you know, like disabled, like for people with disabilities.
Yeah.
The doors are off. They're handling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You flip I hadn't put that right.
It's go in, flip it up. What is it?
My line manager walked in and opened the door, and he was like, oh, and I was like, oh, and I know he went like this, and he's like, what's he doing? Like, why is his dick just sitting there?
It's like, well, Yeah, that'd be a fucking.
It was
sight.
weird. It was weird.
I can imagine that'd be weird.
And like, you never mentioned it. I never mentioned it. But
That's
we both
good.
know
I respect that.
there was something odd went on there.
I respect when something like this happens. Like, say someone sees your piece, well, on a toilet seat while you're just laying back with your eyes closed, and both of you just acknowledge that you will never bring it up again.
Yeah.
And then there's peace in that moment.
But it's one of those things too where I don't know if he could actually put it into words what I was, because I don't even know. It'd be hard to be listen. See, when you listen to what I was doing, I was just really tired. I was just. Yeah. It sounds like we're doing something weird.
Yeah.
Like, if you're just like, listen, man, it is what.
Yeah. Do you know what, lad? I'm very much the guy. If I seen something like that, I'd be like, people are weird. Yeah. I don't give a fuck.
It's like when we were on with Andrew and he said, what if you saw someone cheating? And I'm like, you know what? I don't know the ins and outs.
Yeah, it could be a disaster. Yeah. If it was someone, if I seen like my best mate being cheated on, I would just straight up say it.
Yeah.
I'd be like, this is happening. But if it was like someone I can't, I'd be like,
yeah. But also, if it's, say, your best mate and you actually like the person they're with, that's a problem. But then if you hate them, you're like, oh, she's a big bitch. Like,
yeah,
you'd be straight there being like, guess what I saw? I take photos and videos and all. Like, you know what happened to me? It was really weird once.
What?
I didn't know the ins and outs of what was going on here, so I didn't know that like this particular person had already split up.
Oh yeah.
So like, I was just out in my kitchen one day, just in my old house, just making coffee or something, looking out the window, and there was this woman who I knew was like related to someone else I know, and she was just fully snogging this dude on a balcony, and I was like, she's married? What's going on here?
This is like the back of your house?
Yeah, and then I was like, I might watch this.
You live somewhere with a balcony?
No, I didn't. I lived at a house, but there was apartments.
I was like, all right.
But it was summertime, and then I was like, oh, whoa. And then I thought, maybe I'll just watch to see if there's going to be some more going on here. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to see what's happening.
You're not going to not watch?
No, and then nothing more happened. There's a bit of groping, heavy petting and all.
Oh, yeah.
But then...
So they'd split up?
But then I kind of was like, oh, so what's happening with so-and-so? I have any word on them? Do you hear from them much? Yeah. And then he was like, oh, actually, fear flip, don't even. They've had a bit of a messy breakup. And I was like, maybe that's why. Yeah. Because you don't do that when you're married, no? You know, you don't be out like, groping and snogging.
Yeah, you don't be doing that to some stranger.
Nah.
No, do you know what my mom's the worst for? Like, do you know what you're saying?
For
like
what, groping and...
No, yeah, that was a weird segue. My mom's the worst for that. No, my mom will bring up an awkward moment and she'll try and discuss it. And you're like, what are you doing, bro? Yeah. My mom, like... This wasn't even that long ago. She came up to me randomly and goes, James, why on Google search was there a search for 212 sexy men? What is that? I was like, the fragrance. Someone searched 212 sexy, the men version. And she thought I was just looking up like dudes on the home computer. I was like 28. Yeah. So why would you ask me that?
I mean, what
212 sexy men? Like, what does she want me to say?
But surely it'd be 121 sexy men, not 212.
Yeah, like 212 sexy men on the 212. Dirty.
But I think
I was like, what's wrong with you?
But it's in a mum to be.
She has to know, like
it's in them to be like inquisitive and make you uncomfortable. Do you know the things? It's the only thing like that my mum has done to me. You know the things at the clips for weight plates and barbells in the gym.
Yeah,
those metal things you clip on circle.
Oh no!
I took one from the gym into my house because at the time I was using like a grip thing. You know,
yeah.
I had it in my room, and I came home. My mum was like, "You need to talk about this. What is this?"
She's like, "What's this weird?"
And she thought,
cock ring in your bedroom.
And for a start, I was like, "How big do you think my dick is?" That it's that kind of, you know. And then I just was like, very.
She's like, I want to talk about how big your cock is because your dad doesn't have a stick that size.
Your dad took us and he showed me how you use these things. I was like, oh wow, you know, he put his whole balls in it. But I was like, oh, no, it's just a thing for the end of the... And she was like, oh, and you could tell she was uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But then I had another mate whose mum found his flashlight. And instead of just putting it back...
She left it on the bed.
On the bed with a note. We discussed it. Because the best bit about it was he was away in uni. So we had bought it for... Or like he got it for a 21st birthday. Gone home, stuck in the wardrobe. His mum and dad were looking for something in the shed.
Jesus Christ.
And... the dad was like, here, do we have a torch anywhere? And she's like, I think I saw one in Paul's wardrobe.
Oh no.
And then we went out, apparently both of them went out to the shed and we're like, it doesn't work. And then turned it back and just saw a full fanny.
And she left a note in the bed.
And then what was funny was that the mum and dad had an argument because the dad fully knew what it was. She was like,
and he had to explain to the mum what it was.
He'd be like, yeah, it's a... And I mean, surely, like, if you don't know these things exist, that'd be a weird...
That'd be a shocking moment in your life if you never knew what a flashlight was, and then you find out that not only does your husband know, like the entire planet knows what it is, except for you.
Yeah, but then if you don't know they exist, you're not going to put together 2 and 2 in your head of like just a torch and a fanny. You know, that's going to be a weird
it's like,
combination.
Like, did my son make this?
Yeah. Like he's Ed Gein.
Like, what the fuck?
I mean, can you imagine how awkward it was whenever they found a Sibian? Like they just moved the clothes aside instead of a film machine.
Lad.
Yeah.
What did the note say?
I think it said something like "we." And again, what's the end goal?
If you want to fuck, just ask.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think it was something like, "We need to discuss this."
Yeah.
But then
right.
what is
what
is the discussion? Do you know what I mean? Like, what is the discussion there? This looks like a vagina in your torch.
And like, I don't get it. I don't understand what they want. What do they want out of that conversation?
Yeah, I think it's just to
say
embarrass
no.
you. But then, you know, I would have played dumb. I'd have been like, what the fuck? It was a torch when I left.
Yeah, just straight in your duh. Duh, I don't know.
I'd be like, what are you doing out in that shed?
Fucking, yeah.
But can you imagine being the person who comes up with that?
The flashlight. Not only that it takes off and be's one of like the biggest selling inventions on planet Earth.
And then like he comes up with extensions to it too. Like there's a butthole, there's a mouth.
Yeah,
vagina.
Vibrate, authentic, moan sound. I don't know. Maybe that's not real.
Yeah, that would be a fun sketch too, wouldn't it? If guys going out for like just a weekend away and they actually have a torch, like Duke of Ed, and they bring a flashlight. Like, oh no,
and then it's just everybody fucking the flashlight.
Yeah.
I wonder if the guy who made the flashlight, I wonder if it was like another guy who was trying to turn another everyday object into a fuckable object, and he was raging he didn't think of the torch.
Oh, can you imagine?
It's like, I was making the flash microwave or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, there's not a lot of things that could do that. You know what I mean? That whoever it is, like, you know, whether the space war, like Russia and America being like, who's the fucking first guy on the moon?
Yeah.
Do you reckon there's like guys, sex perverts being like, who's going fucking, we need to make this first tool. We need to do this. We need to make it
the first car with a pussy.
Yeah, I mean, that was another great thing. There was a mate of mine in school. Did you ever see the picture of the guy who had just his dick in the exhaust of a car?
Yes, I think I've seen that picture. That was in school.
Yeah, it was him. But the guy in it looked so much like his dad.
Oh fuck!
Whenever it was in Nuts magazine or something.
Yeah,
I brought
it.
And
was it?
I was something because it was back when they had a hard copy of it. And I went in and said, "Mate, what's your dad doing?" Yeah. And he took it off me and genuinely was like, "What the fuck?"
You like, see his world crumble
so much like his dad. And he's like, "Can I have this?" And he went home and asked Dad. Dad was like, "That's not me."
Then where did you get this?
But then when he came in, he was all fucking, "Oh yeah," he says it wasn't him. And then one of the other boys was like, "Oh, that's what he would say."
Of course he would say that, mate.
But I mean, there's never been anything like that looks more like a person than that guy fucking the car looked like this guy's dad.
I seen that. Do you know Cuckoo? They used their tables with like pictures of really like just sexy images of women, like kind of half dressed. Like one of the tables was just covered in this collage of women, and I could have sworn one of the girls was a girl I literally knew, and I was like, she would that's something she'd be up for. I'm like, fuck yeah, take my picture. But I don't know. I don't think it ever turned out it was her. Oh, we never found out, but I to this day believe it was.
It's one of those conversations where you can't kind of go, hey, we think. It's like, you've seen Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Yeah.
You know where they're doing the piss and there's a picture of her
in
the toilet, and he's like, I'm going to get that. Like, you could have been like to her, listen, I know there's a photo of you in the nip, I'm going to get it.
I'm going to fucking angle grind
it this for you. Yeah.
Bring it to you.
Yeah. Am I going to use an angle grinder? No.
Yeah, I don't know. That clearly doesn't even make sense. So why would you?
But it's a weird one to ask.
Because tools?
Like, you know, people have secrets.
Yeah.
And you could accidentally uncover the secret.
Uncover the maddest shit you've ever fucking... Yeah. That's the type of thing. Exactly. If I seen that and it was her, I'm like, I'm just going to leave it at it.
Yeah, because last time we were chatting, I think it was in the Comedians Christmas Do, like we were talking about, and I was speaking about this with someone else. They were like, you should do some kind of like OnlyFans bear stuff.
Oh, that was me.
No, but you is someone else as well. But then,
I'm telling you, lad.
Then I was like, you know what? See if people don't know it's me, I'd be up for that.
You don't even need to go OnlyFans.
Yeah.
See if you just like fucking every so often just like kind of sluttied up the pics. Lads, you would get like an army of like gay bear guys following your page, because like there is guys that's all they do, and they're like 180,000 followers, just constantly getting followers every day, and they would support all your stuff.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
My wife goes to all his shows and they're all like young girls, so I could just do my stuff.
40-year-old dudes, like, yeah.
And you know what I like about bears? They're always so respectful and like give you this big high five. It's like, hey, good to see you. Yeah. And like, cheers, lads. You know, like we appreciate what you do.
Embrace. They just appreciate
Yeah.
you for your how you are.
Because I was in the Kremlin one night having a beer, and it was karaoke night, and there was this dude came over and he was like, You're a bear. And I was like, yeah. He goes, I'm bear too. I was like, nice. And he goes, we're in a pop band called Bear Force.
Fuck yeah, you're telling me about
and he
this.
was like, if ever there's any vacancy, can you sing or dance? And I was like, I could probably, and I was buzzing that I got recruited. Yeah,
I
like this.
You're like,
I
can't sing nor dance. They're like,
no, but
it
you know
doesn't
what?
matter.
Could Mikey Graham in Boyzone? No,
exactly.
But
like,
he made a career.
Not everyone in the band needs to be able to sing.
No, I can do this really well though.
Oh, you're sort of like
so, and you know what? I loved it. So listen, if there's a market out there, that's what it's all about.
Hop on the bear market, lad.
Finding your niche and just
the
go
niche.
for it.
Yeah. Who is?
But yeah, what I'm saying is, I support anyone who wants to do sexy photos. Fair play.
Yeah.
If you can do it and it doesn't hurt anybody, it's cool.
Lad, I'm starting to see it more and more on Instagram. Like even people you wouldn't expect, every so often they just drop one. They'll be like, "Oh, here's a picture." They happen to be like shirtless or something's going on, but that's not what the point of the picture is. They're like, "Oh yeah, I'm just doing this thing," but they happen to like. There's a wee bit of fucking sluttiness.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing, but you know what? I respect it because it works. Them likes pop up for that shit.
Yeah, like what do you find in terms of what you put up gets the most sort of likes? 'Cause you know what I find every time? The dog.
You stick up your dog.
The dog.
Boom, likes.
People love him.
I always find if the post has your direct face in it, there's more chance of likes. Like, do you know what? Like sometimes I see people putting up a collage of pictures, and the first picture's like a scene of something instead of like a person. I'm like, what are you doing?
What
bro?
are you doing?
What are you doing?
See, that's a good way. That's maybe the gateway into me posting sort of more bear stuff.
Yep.
It's like the fifth picture is just like
like I'd be like, oh, photo dump,
Yeah.
just put a picture of your kids. Fifth one, shirtless as fuck.
holding an axe just for no reason.
For no reason, then just a collection of normal pictures, and then the fifth picture becomes more and more ludicrous each time, and then slowly you just start easing out your family, and it just becomes
that
a
would
page.
actually be a really good like secret like Easter egg thing to do. Every fifth picture you put up is just something ridiculous.
Yeah, you
That'd
should
be
do
funny,
that. I'm telling you, if you'll get the following, the army.
Because I have a mate of mine who'd
army.
always say that to me. He's like, and it's like he works in IT, so I don't know why.
Why he's interested?
Because he's like he would be almost like a 60s fucking agent or something, or 50s agent in Hollywood.
Yeah, he's like trying to market you for no reason.
Yeah, he's like, listen, you could be a gay icon.
Is he gay?
No.
I love it.
But this is even better.
But he knows, so he knows his shit.
But he knows marketing, he knows what he's up, and he's like, listen, you need to lean into that more.
And he's excited for you.
Yeah, but I'm like, you know what? I would be wanting who'd be like, I want to give the top product I can give here.
Yeah.
I don't know, see these lazy guys just out, I want to bring power. You know what I mean? I want to bring strength to it. So maybe this year, if I get some of the FAT off, let's go.
Yes, lad. And then a wee gym video every so often. You'll fucking kill it, lad.
But you know what? You still got to be funny. Do you ever find that too? That some comedians,
you always have to bring it back to it has like no matter what you're doing, do it through the lens of I'm being silly. Because like I feel like sometimes if you keep going too serious, you're like, no, you gotta bring it back to funny. Like
because that's the thing, isn't it? Like,
that's what I feel about myself. I'm like, if I'm posting anything semi-serious, I'm like, this gotta be silly. Like,
but like some comedians, like I'm doing something like a fitness challenge. Still, you can do that, but you don't need to be like, I ran this far today, aren't I class? Or I lifted this much
fuck
today.
you, Aaron Butler.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like Butler at least will do that in a fun way. You know what I mean?
Of course.
And
I can't believe he's doing it. Fair play.
That is mental. You know what? That is mental. See, just running.
No. The running is truly torture. Like it is. Like I'll go to the gym. Like people who run do a way harder workout than anybody else. It's just absolutely brutal. Like I hate it.
But then I think mentally, like physically I can't run. And mentally I can't do it.
Mentally I can't run.
So
can't even imagine myself running.
Then do you ever?
That's the problem. It's the boredom.
Yeah, but I think as well when I think if your mind is creative and you think of loads of stuff, loads of stuff, not how to use English language correctly, but you think of a load of things, and your mind you start considering, well, what am I doing here? Why am I doing this? And as I have so much further to run, and then my body sort of know what.
Once you start thinking about how fucking like boring it is, then you get like really bogged down. Yeah, you need to like keep yourself entertained with like some kind of book or music or some shit.
Then when you're running, your body's just so fucked. It's hard to take it.
That's why I just don't run.
I just stick Creed on, and that's me.
Oh man, like can you imagine go for a run to Creed? I remember one time dude.
Take off.
One time I was fucking hammered. That actually just like in first year. That brought back a memory. I remember us in the Holy Lands, we were all fucking hammered. I had my earphones for some reason, put them in. It was a song like Creed came on, and I was just like, I'm gonna take off running, and I just ran, lad. Everyone thought I was having a mental breakdown. They were like, "What the fuck?" And I was just like, having the time of my life, bro.
Like there was, and again, we've become big meme friends.
Yeah,
lately.
Send each other memes.
I meant to send you one, but you know when you see one, but you're in the middle of doing something, you're maybe like doing dinner or something. You're like, fuck, I'll come back to that, and then it's gone.
You have to send that shit or screenshot it sometimes.
I know. But there was a guy, and it was like. It's just like you do superimpose the guy just holding a drink. He was like in a downstairs bar, and it was like his wife come down and be like, "You've been down here for 3 hours. What are you doing?" And I was just drinking port and listening to Great. I was like, "That's a great time."
Don't need anything else.
Yeah. You know another thing is good about getting older. You don't give a fuck about what people say to you anymore, or opinions of people. So you know Nickelback, I can just openly without judgment enjoy their music.
Nickelback are great. Nickelback were one of them bands that like just the internet just decided sucked, and then everyone just jumped on the meme. But everyone's coming around to them again now. They're slowly realizing that every one of their songs almost is an absolute banger.
And then Chad Kroeger fully married Avril Lavigne. Jealous?
Yeah, lad. I was listening. I was literally listening to Avril Lavigne on the way over here, lad.
Avril Lavigne also great.
Fuck great.
Good. You know what? I'm pleased to see it. And do you believe it's the original Avril Lavigne, or do you think it's the clone?
Do you know what? That's a really good question. I don't know, lad. No, I mean I assume it's her. Yeah. But I like to sometimes think it's not. But I assume it is her.
Yeah, I have always had a wee thing for Avril Lavigne from as a young boy.
Yeah.
It's like
she's even hot. Like she's hot. Like
yeah, but she's like a year or two older than me too. And you know that's always sexier when you're in school. And you're like, oh.
Yeah.
And then I didn't skate or anything. I just stood. But
you know, stood near the vicinity of a skateboard.
I mean, that doesn't sound as sexy. I'm just a standing boy.
I'll be here later, boy, because I'm literally standing here.
But she, and then like when she got married, that dude at Sum 41, and then she got married to Chad Kroeger. You're like, you know, if I meet her, I have a chance.
Yeah, like literally.
You know, I could maybe woo her a bit.
Yeah, I think you could.
And then now I'm like, fuck, I'm married to kids, and I was like, fuck.
Maybe that might be even more enticing to her.
Yeah, it could be.
Think how rock and roll that would be.
Yeah.
Ruin my fucking life.
Then I have to be like, listen, Catherine, no disrespect to you guys or the kids. Can I snog Avril Lavigne? Just snog.
Do you just have a hall pass?
We haven't discussed that yet, but I kind of know who hers would be.
Who?
Robbie Williams.
RB?
Yeah.
Wait, RW?
RB shit. Yeah. I nearly said that like a guy from Atlanta, Robbie Williams.
Robbie Williams?
She's a big fan of
Do you know what? Robbie, I always thought Robbie Williams was cool, and then I didn't think of anything of him for years, and then I remember like reading something about him, and I was like, wait a minute, he's a fucking rock star, lad.
Yeah.
And apparently his show's amazing as well.
You know, I've seen him live a couple of times because she wants to go.
She wants to
fuck him.
See, when you're there, can you like when you're standing beside her watching Robbie Williams? Can you just tell you're like, she's like thinking about fucking him right now?
Yeah, I mean,
but you're like, that's alright.
The first time we saw him was in Croke Park, and she was very heavily pregnant, and that was like my way of saying to Robbie Williams, unlucky.
Yeah,
you know, I've
fucking did that. All right,
you know, I've pissed on that tree, and there's nothing you can do, Rob. But what I didn't know was who the opening act was. Erasure. So I was just loving that shit.
Who's that?
So Erasure, get a little respect.
Get a little respect?
Yeah, get a little respect to me.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Unbelievable. Yeah. Like 80s electro pop.
Oh, shit.
Tremendous.
She's
change your mind, you get down to the first in line.
Are they the original of that?
No, that was ABBA. But
yeah, okay. I was like, what?
And I love to hate you. So
you were both a little horny at this concert.
Having a great and there's a video of her, like, and this is why she's a bitch, because she was pregnant.
Yeah.
And I was not.
Bitch move.
And I was just getting pints in. I was drinking like these frozen cocktails and all. I was getting those into me, and I was fucking loving Erasure. And there's just a video of me just having a time to Erasure, and I think that was part of the move. She's like, if I trick him into he doesn't know Erasure's on here, and he's just having the time of his life, his hall pass is up there, and then Robbie comes on.
Yes,
great time. And then last time we went to see him, he was in Dublin again. We were in the 3 Arena, but this time his opening act was just like his mate DJ, and I was like, fuck it. But it was a great show, and I got absolutely blocked again.
Yeah, man, I'd love to see that. You're going to see Blink-182, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
That'll be a good show.
I want to go see Limp Bizkit as well.
I'm going to see them at Download.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
Download looks so good. It's one of those things that I have regrets about in life. I'm like, I need to get one of these.
Come to Download this year.
Who all's on this year?
Oh man, it's a very pop punk year. We got Limp Bizkit. We have Fall Out Boy are there. They're not really pop punk. I can't remember anybody's going now that you've asked me.
Yeah, that's how it always happens.
Sum 41's going.
I hate him though because of Avril Lavigne. Don't worry.
Yeah, his face kind of annoys me, but I love him.
Yeah,
I love
but you
their
know
band.
what? I'm pleased he's returned from death's door. There was a while there.
Yeah, he was fucked.
The people were like, he's a bit George Bestie, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was going off the deep end.
But you know what? And he is in too deep. But here we are. He's back.
Yep, back better than ever. Hair spikier than ever.
Is it?
I think so. Yeah, bleach and spiked.
You know what I like to see? I like the Blink are back, the original lineup. Well, actually, not the original lineup, but the known lineup.
The famous lineup. Oh man, their new album, like some of the songs on it were like super emotion.
Yeah.
Did you listen?
He's sick and all. No.
He got better, and that's what the songs are about.
I'm better from cancer.
That's literally the song.
Nice. But it can Mark sing it? It was Busted. Nice.
That was Busted. That was just in my dome.
Busted are my favourite band.
Busted.
Did you know that?
Are they actually? Mm-hmm. Do you know, I do like Busted. I had a weird thing against Busted and McFly when I was a kid because I liked like American pop punk. Yeah. And I was like, fuck British pop punk or whatever this is. But now I really appreciate Busted, and their songs are kind of, I was like, I used to sing these as a kid, and it was like, I messed my pants as we flew over France. Yeah. And what was the one? This hot teacher's what I go to school for. I'm definitely becoming more, is it conservative as I get older? Yeah. I'm listening to these songs, but like, goddamn kids were listening to you. Kids attend your concert. Mm-hmm. God damn it.
But you know what? The problem with Busted, where they were marketed to young girls, you know, it's a boy band. So they were marketed, like, at that time in my life, you're watching all the American Pie movies, you're listening to it's a good time.
Yeah, it is a good time.
And they have a song was a B-side, I think, of maybe year 3000. It was called Late Night Sauna. And it was just about going into the sauna with your next door neighbour's family, and all the family come in. It's just a fuckathon. It's great.
Wait, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah. Late night sauna, I see you standing in the corner. And it's about a hot mum. And it's the daughter, then the hot mum, and then it ends with dad.
Where's this fucking song? Huh?
Great song. Listen, it's a late night sauna.
An entire family attending in some kind of
but I think it's in the family. I think it's the family's backyard.
Damn.
But then he goes in because he's like, I know what's up. And then the daughter's in, then the mum's like, what's going on in the sauna?
That'd be terrifying.
She comes in, and then dad comes in. Great sauna.
Can you imagine you knew of a sauna, or you knew of a house in your neighbourhood that they had a sauna, and you're like, that every night that family goes out to that sauna? Yeah. That fucks.
Yeah.
Would you be like, I gotta get down there?
I would kick my football over it and be like, I'm just grabbing it.
Can I get the spot?
Because I have a mate who was talking about something, you know, with full outrage, and it was so funny. Yeah. Because like in the house next door to him, he's like, see, the girl next door, it was her fucking 18th birthday, and they'd rented a bloody hot tub and all. Like, I couldn't get to sleep and all. I was like, yeah, right. I'm sure you couldn't. He's like, yeah, there's noise, and then you're looking out, and then there's all these fucking 18-year-old girls in a jacuzzi, and I was like, what's going on? And he was giving off.
You were upset.
And I was like, why are you giving off with this? Like, it seems like you spent too much time looking out.
He's describing it like way too hard.
And then like when
there were six in the jacuzzi once, and they were sitting chatting for an hour, and then one flicked the other one's hair. It was really annoying.
Yeah, and then for some reason, like after 2 a.m, they thought it'd be funny to lose the bikini tops. I don't fucking know.
Absolutely outrageous.
Yeah. And then the next thing you know, I couldn't find my wedding ring and ended up in the bottom of the sauna or jacuzzi. Oh.
Thinking it might be there. Oh my god.
But yeah, you know what? I think there's a curiosity with life, and you should always keep that childlike curiosity, and that would involve if there's a neighbour having like fuckathons in their sauna, you should be able to pop
you should definitely check in.
Like, you know that video, it's quite a known video where this mum comes down and she's like, what's going on here? And the boy's like, breakfast.
Oh yeah, breakfast.
So I think that's the way you should go down if there's something going on in the sauna. What's going on here? Look like you're cross.
Yeah.
And then either they're like,
what is the meaning of this showing up in a towel? What the fuck is this?
It's actually a
family. Can I take that seat?
It's a family fuckathon, but come on in.
Family fuckathon, that's going to be the name of this podcast.
Yeah, family fuckathon. By the way, do you have a sponsor sheet for the family fuckathon? Let me go to it.
I got to stop going on podcasts when my laugh is just an extended cough.
Yeah. But listen, like you're already, you know when people talk about manifesting? Yeah. You're already in the sauna. It's hard to breathe. You're like, oh.
Yeah. I'm clearing up my throat. Family's bucking all around me. This is good times.
Do you know what? I think if it was just not a family fuckathon.
If it was just a fuckathon.
Just a fuckathon. It's cool. Yeah. But I mean, if you think there's like realistically a dude fucking his daughter in a sauna, it's creepy.
Yeah, maybe give that one a miss.
Yeah, iPhone with PSNI on that.
Yeah, and the penis say.
I'd be like, penis say, the guy from Gangnam
penis say.
Yeah, I'd just be like, listen, guys, and they'd probably be like, what's going on here? And I'd be like, it's a family fuckathon.
And they're like, yeah, it happens every Wednesday. What's the problem?
And it's like, we're there.
We are
2
here.
patrol cars. Yeah, right on down with your truncheons and not to beat you with. Yeah. But I don't know, how do we even get it? Like, Busted Late Night Sauna, good song.
Yeah,
and a lot of their,
I'll check that out. Never knew that.
And then the good news is too, now, my favourite in Busted was Charlie.
Yeah, I like Charlie Hate the Eyebrows.
Yeah.
He went on to form
Fight Star.
But
then he did. I hated that when he ditched us. You piece of. They got you to the races and you went off. Now, Fight Star wasn't super successful, but they were good.
Yeah, I was about to say they sucked and I have no idea.
Yeah.
In terms of, were they good? Yeah.
But now they're coming back to do a wee.
Fight Star's coming
so
back?
You know what? If they're in the limelight or something, let's go.
Yeah,
they're hard.
They're hard.
Charlie
Yeah, they're a wee
hard,
bit. Yeah, I feel like the guys in these bands are like, I don't want to be marketed toward 12-year-olds. I want to have a cool band. Mm-hmm. And then he went off to do Fight Star. Maybe not as commercially successful because.
Yeah. But then you know what's happened to Charlie now? He's got married. He's had a kid. He's like, you know what? Busted weren't too bad.
And yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think you eventually get over that in yourself. You're like, who gives a fuck about being cool? Let's do Busted.
Yeah, but see the creative side of him. What they've done, they must have been, listen, Charlie, we'll come back together. We're going to record at the 2.0 album, which is kind of like just rockier versions of their songs.
Oh, that was sick.
It is good. And they're like, do you want to produce it? Because he does a lot of producing stuff. Yeah. So he's like, yeah, I'll fucking, and it's good. Like
that is.
And it got the number one. Busted's first number one.
Is
album.
this real?
Yeah.
I'm gonna check that out. Charlie had fantastic eyebrows, didn't he?
Yeah. And he still looks great. He's touching 40.
They were bricks, like.
Yeah, but it was good to see, and it's good to see Matt Willis off the gear as well. Not.
Well, Matt's on the gear.
He's off the drugs. He's off the drink, and he's doing well. I love him and Emma Willis. Do you ever see couples and you go, I just love them, and I want to see them stay together and do well?
Yeah, lad. Some couples. I was thinking about that the other day. Some couples are like they don't realize how much everybody else is dependent on them staying together. Everyone else is like, you have to stay together because if you break up, then we have no faith in relationships ever working. Like the world is like, oh, you just need to stay together. Yeah. I have a couple of mates and couples that I think that of.
And has there ever been a couple like that have split up and you've gone, what the fuck?
Yeah, I've seen couples split up, but like, and they've been like, every time they're around each other, they're like absolutely having the crack, talk well of each other, and then all of a sudden they break up, and you're like, what the fuck? But they're still mates though. But that's how good people they are. They just realized they didn't work, and they just went their separate way. And it's like, God, yous are powerful. Yeah. The lessons I'm learning is they never end.
But I watched a documentary about Matt Willis's gear.
Yeah, you're like, fuck that. I was talking about gear.
But no, it was like in that it was like you don't realize how much like she had been through with this to like help him and stuff. And and like what had happened.
I don't really know much about
was he went back on tour again and kind of just relapsed the last time, and then she was like, and this is not good, and you know, and he's like, no, he's a health guy, and he's just he's like, I'm an obsessive guy.
Yes.
So either I'm doing drugs or I'm doing protein shakes.
Yeah, doing creatine.
And like she's so nervous about him going on this tour, and the way they shot it was so sly because they were like, yeah, what's in your rider? And he's like, yeah, I got fresh fruit, you know, protein shakes. Blah, blah, blah. And it's like, what's Charlie? It's like 18 bottles of wine. Like a piece of shit.
You're like, Charlie,
you know, help
chill,
him out.
Bro.
Yeah, Charlie by name. He's like, listen, and more Charlie for Charlie. You know?
18, like
it's like too many bottles of wine.
Yeah, that's too much.
And then Matt's sitting there like,
yeah, you're gonna need separate fucking. Do you have like, do you have any rituals right before you go on stage? Do you have any wee things you do? Do you like, I need a coffee, I need a cigarette?
You know what? I like to poo in the venue. I like to.
Like to poo.
I like to go on with no poo in me.
Yeah, no, you have to do that.
I like to be, and I also like I just do it like you notice there. It started as banter. I take the label off any water I have. I just don't like. It would start off being like, listen, until I get a water sponsorship. But then now it's like a wee tech.
Like if I don't do this, I'll die.
And like even sometimes I'll write the set on my hand. And I don't need it.
Yeah,
I
stopped doing that because I feel like that made my brain think I didn't know it, and then I did forget it.
Yeah.
So I stopped writing it, and then I just was like, no, you fucking need to remember it, bro.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But it's weird, like, do you have anything that you're like that isn't...
At the minute, I would have a wee coffee before I go on stage, or like, I like to be caffeinated.
Do you find that helps you?
I don't even know.
Because there was a period when I did the podcast when I was just doing it myself, and I was just talking to the camera like a mental bastard. But I would go and I would have like a double shot, like a big sugar bastard from Starbucks, and I'd come in like,
can I have the big sugar bastard?
Give me the sugar bastard now. And then like, but do you find like food or drink, caffeine has a hit on you, and you feel it?
That's the only reason I drink it. Like I'm very fucking whatever that buzz of caffeine. I like. There's always some buzz my brain seems to want. Have you ever went off everything just to see what your emotions feel like?
Well,
Bro,
the closest
that's
thing now-
intense.
No, like, well, so what do you mean by when
So
you
say,
say
like-
go off everything?
So I'm like, right, no caffeine, no alcohol. Like if you were ever like at a period where you're smoking, like no cigarettes. So all I really do at the minute is like a wee bit of caffeine.
Yeah.
But see if-
Sugar? Do you do sugar? Or
I've
is it-
tried that once, and
Yeah.
it's insane. Actually, realize just how truly fucking addicted to sugar
Yeah.
you actually are. But yeah, so I was like, I'm going cold. I'm just raw dogging life, lad. No fucking any
What
stimulants.
did you do? Like, what did you eat, or how did you get by?
Well, just like regular food and shit. But I was like, no like stimulants to give me any buzz, and you're just like, holy shit, you feel life like. Do you know what I mean?
And do you feel
That's
like
good.
is it sustainable, or do you crash? Or
No,
do you,
I think initially it's like chaotic. You're like, whoa, holy shit. But then eventually I think eventually you have like a natural wee buzz every day anyway that you think you need like caffeine for, and then that's causing you to go up and down. But see if you have nothing, you start feeling a general, I feel fucking good every day.
because like I'm doing a fast at the minute, so like I'm trying to eat within like an 8 hour window, and I'm going to cut it to 6. And I like the other day I was just cross, and I didn't know why I was cross, and no reason to be cross, and then it just dawned on me, I'm just fucking hungry.
Yeah, man.
Then when I ate the food, it was like, oh, I can actually feel it coming over me, and like and it was like I
I'm
never felt
replenishing. It's the exact same thing. It's like the mindset of like when you haven't eaten is literally like similar to like needing a wank, like we were talking about earlier. It's like you're two different people before and after these two situations.
But like I don't know, because obviously like in sport or in boxing, for talk's sake, they're like, you can't wank before a fight.
Yeah.
But
Get
then-
that T level up.
Then you get that up, but then sometimes I don't know what goes on or what magic happens in the body with it when you expel that. You can just like, you're chill. Like I don't think I can meditate. I'd have to be like, give me a second.
I'm far too horny to meditate.
Like, there you go. The only thing I think about are just big tits.
Just to rub it in your feet. You're like, this is not helpful.
No.
Like,
But like it is weird how that can just regulate you.
yeah, it is. It's very strange.
But then that's what we were saying too earlier, that I think
So I was just thinking of like you imagining tits in your face the whole time. I got lost in the thought. Like,
but it was like, I think because I've just being an adult, if I'm hungry, I eat.
yeah,
You know,
you're
or
like,
if
I don't have
want
time for
something,
this.
Yeah, I stick it. I don't think I've ever wanted long enough to know what it feels like to get a buzz off food.
Yeah.
Do you know? Whereas like today, I went to the gym this morning and I ate at 11 o'clock, and I was going to have like eggs, and I was like, actually I've got some meat and pasta for lunch, and I was like, you know what, I could just bypass the eggs because I'm going to eat this in like an hour anyway. Eat that, and I remember I had that, but I had my black coffee first. And like I remember drinking the black coffee and actually feeling like,
Dude, euphoric. See,
It was
drinking black coffee on like a fast or like not eaten. You're like,
see, like I felt like that, you know. You know when Jafar turns into the evil genie in Aladdin, he's
yeah,
like,
or
"Whoa,"
the snake in Aladdin too.
I just felt like that. I was buzzing. It was fucking mental. And then I was like, this is nice. It's like, do you ever get into a hot shower when you're freezing? And like, I remember Catherine came in once. She thought I was pulling the dick on myself. I was making so many orgasmic noises. Like, yeah. And then when we turned to the cold part, I was like, oh. And she's like, what are you doing in here? I'm like, just having a great time. Now, I was wanking too, but that was neither here nor there.
Yeah,
But-
lad. Oh man, I remember one time I went off alcohol for like 2 years when I was like 19. That was a weird time to go off drink.
Yeah.
19 to 21, didn't drink. And I was like, I'm going to be super healthy. I just ate like chicken and rice every day and drank a smoothie of fruit. And I remember the place I was working, they had one of them big tubes with M&Ms in it. And that was the only thing I would allow myself. I'd be like, I'm allowed to eat a cup of M&Ms. See them M&Ms during them 2 years, I literally got so buzzing after eating M&Ms. I'd be like, fuck yeah. And I would crave it every day. I'd be like, at 5 o'clock I can have M&Ms. Like it was that, it was insane. Like,
because I can like, it's, you know what, again with the fast is the timing. It's what stops me being a bad guy.
Yeah.
It's like this. See today, like I love McDonald's breakfast. Like I can't put in the words how much.
fucking egg McMuffin.
Fucking that is my number one vice. And then like I'm driving past it sometimes. I'm like, Dave, no. I'm fighting my mind. No, don't do it. Go home and eat oatmeal. No.
Yeah.
Whereas now if it's outside the fast window, I just don't get that. You know. Whereas if it didn't have that limit, I'd be like, fuck it, I'll do it. You know?
Nah, yeah, I totally get that. Once you know that it's not even an option, your brain doesn't. It just goes, oh, well, it's not an option. We can't have it until. But then once you win that food window, your brain's like, fucking McMuffin.
And see if you're being good, do you like ever have a cheat meal or something that you look forward to and reward you, or is that like what you say with the M&M?
Yeah, I would always be like, I'm eating so clean mostly that I can eat some M&Ms.
Yeah.
But then you just gotta be careful because then your brain goes, that was so fucking nice. Have more M&Ms every day, all the time. And you have to then deal with trying to regulate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is quite weird because there's a song. No, that's Nate Dogg did regulate. I thought Eminem and Dr. Dre shit. But,
God
but like I can almost get excited about knowing I'm having ice cream or something at the weekend. And it's
like I'll drive your whole week.
Yeah, like what was a big thing for me was I would have, if I was being good, would have gone to cinema with my mate Daniel.
Right.
And I'd have known I was getting a big thing of Coke. And then also I was going to be drinking some soda pop too. And then it was the big fucking pick a mix.
Yeah.
And I could just imagine that, and that would be my like cheat. And I remember going in the cinema and like, whoa.
Oh, lad, it's crazy. Like,
sugar buzz.
So have you ever gone off sugar then?
Not really. You
Yeah.
know? No, but
No.
like at the moment I would say yeah, because I'm eating basically just
Clean as
it can
tits,
do,
like.
and except for I'll have like a wee 99 calorie bar as a treat.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, and it's alright.
Do you know what? That's probably like, but like, see when you eat something like that, there, it almost feels like that's enough. Like you just satiated the fucking. Like, say if you're like smoking and you're trying to be off smoking, and you get that craving for a cigarette, literally 2 puffs, and then you just give it back, and you've satisfied that urge of like nicotine.
No, that is definitely. Is that like, even I think if you just put something in your mouth,
Just
like
get
a coffee,
oral fixation,
like a black coffee, poof, that'll
it also
stem me on.
Yeah, also like that's another issue of mine, because I love coffee, but then if I drink a pile of it, I don't get hungry, and then I'm just like, fuck it, give me another coffee, and then I've gone a whole day not eating,
just coffee,
plied with coffee, so wired, like
yeah,
I need to stop.
And then do you sleep all right and stuff when you have a load of coffee, or can you like separate?
No, I can sleep. Yeah, I can sleep anywhere, I think.
See, I like that, but then I've noticed it's more with like blue light and all on the phone. Like,
with the phone, it burns the eyes.
Yeah, but see, now I've started reading.
Yeah,
that's been I'm going to bed way better. But see, if I look at my phone, or I'm like last night, I was like, I need to do a bit of work. I need to like plan a few emails, get them scheduled so they'll pop off this morning. And then I was and I was like, I went into bed like 9:30, and I'm looking at my things 11:30. I'm like, fuck. Yeah. And then by the time I switched that off,
my sleep schedule's fucked now.
I was done. I was like, I need to go on Twitter and just have a look. And then I was like, and then next thing it was after midnight. What the fuck am I doing? And then I'm more tired today. It's a bollocks. But so I just think it's the mind, and when you're weak, like I'm weak, I love temptation.
Yeah,
I love falling.
You're like, I fucking love falling into temptation.
I love
it's the best feeling ever.
Like, see if the devil popped into the garden, he'd be like, mate.
You'd be like, yes, whatever you got in that, fucking in there, just give it to me. I'll fucking do it. Like,
and like, if he were to go to me, like, listen, I'd be like, what do you have, devil? He'd be like, I've got a egg McMuffin and a wank for you if you want that.
You're like,
I'm done. And listen, you can have a wee scroll through BBC News. All right, fuck, let's do it. Like, fuck Eve, fuck the rest. Yeah, I just think it's trying to coach yourself to be like Goggins, you know, just to punish. Like, I think he is like an old school, some sort of like prophet Bible type guy. Like,
yeah,
he just
I think so, man.
Like, it's the only way he stops ruining his life is running.
Yeah, he has to. Like, sometimes his podcasts are so long that I have to listen to him before listening to the podcast, just so I know I can get through it.
Yeah,
but like, I love his podcast. Like,
yeah, I see. I've never listened to it. What sort of stuff?
Not his podcast, but when he appears on podcasts.
Like Joe Rogan.
Yeah, he's interesting to listen to, man. He has it. Yeah, I feel like if he didn't do what he's doing, he would go insane, and like we'd all suffer. Yeah,
see that is. Do you reckon like he is a nightmare to live with, or do you reckon?
Oh yeah, he's had like 4 wives. He's had 4 wives. Yeah. So I can imagine it's probably, unless you're absolutely on board with this guy's got to be running 16 hours a day.
Yeah. Like, but like, you know what? Back to bring it full circle. I would love to be married to a dude like that. Listen, no harm to you. I'm going to be out for 16 hours a day.
Like,
do what you want.
Fuck. God, thank God, Luke.
Nice. I'm going to eat McDonald's. I can look at Twitter. That's all I'm going to do. It's
man.
Time. But I don't know. I like, sure.
Mickey D's Twitter wank.
When does he recover? That's the thing.
Dude, apparently he doesn't. That's what he says. He goes, no, maybe that's Jocko Willink. He says, if you feel like you need to recover, just work out one more day. And if you still feel like you need to recover tomorrow, then take a rest.
Because do you ever think about your body when you work out, like when you have DOMS, delayed onset muscle soreness?
Yeah.
Do you? Because like I did, and like, this is the weird thing. I don't think I'd done legs in maybe 6 months or something.
Okay.
I did a very light session, but a lot of reps.
Oh, fuck!
I was doing the biggest fucker of all. Do you ever do the lunges, but your foot in the bench?
Yeah. Well, actually, no, I don't do it because I hate it.
It just burned the
shit
out of me.
Fuck that, like.
And then, like, the next day, I had such pain, and it was especially coming downstairs. I remember going up to bed. I was like, yesterday, going up the stairs for something, and I was holding on to the banisters, and I was like, oh, and I was like, I could just try and walk normally.
And then you
can.
can.
And I could. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's
It was
so weird. You're like, what am I doing? Like, it's sore, but you can totally walk normally.
Yeah, but do you think that that's the thing of you can just tell your body it's okay?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Because when I was trying deadlifts the other day, I could not grip the bar to lift it, and I knew it wasn't my strength; it was my grip. And I was like, I'm gonna fucking. And then Catherine was like, you can't do it. And I was like, okay. And she wasn't being like, ha, you can't do it. She's like, it's all right. Like, you can't do it. Don't worry.
Like, no, I
don't worry.
can't do it.
And I was like, no, you don't understand. I know I can do this. And she's like, well, it's you can't. And I was like, I'm going to do it. And I went down, and I just, instead of having that grip, I switched to that.
Oh, dude, that's...
And as soon as I got that,
boom, game changer.
It was up.
Yep.
And then, then I do this thing too that I don't know some of the things. Like, I'll say stuff, well, like, if I'm earphones in or something, like Shane jokes, he was doing the gym with me once, and I was trying on one last rep in the bench, and I started, come on, sucker, come on, sucker.
Sucker,
I just
like
myself a sucker, and I don't know why. But the other day when I
goalie from the 90s, lad.
Yeah, come on,
you sucker, you nerd.
But I just like I
left it dork.
I gripped and ripped, and when I got it up, I just went, I am Daddy.
No, dude.
And she was like, what did you say there? And I was like, I had no idea. I like blanked out, shouted.
That just came out of my soul.
She was like, not even the daddy or a daddy, you're daddy. And then my only way to react to it was to look at her and go, I'm everyone's daddy. Like, I'm fucking boss. Yeah.
There's a guy in my gym, and he loves the local football team, the Waddy Grahams football team. And he's like a man in his probably late 50s, early 60s, and he just, in the gym when he's deadlifting, out loud will just shout, he'll just get it up and go, up the Waddies! The whole gym is just like, okay.
But maybe he's just like,
he gets it up, like.
Maybe he's just your version of Ronnie Coleman.
Yeah, maybe actually, yeah.
None but a peanut, up the Waddies.
None but a peanut. Up the Waddies.
Up the Waddies. I'm going to start shouting that.
Oh, please do, yeah.
Let's start making
up the Waddy Grahams.
Because
shout out to Waddy Grahams. They're actually doing really fucking well at the minute. So
are they getting promoted?
They're like killing. Like I know so little about football, but they won all their matches. They're in the final. Oh, they're in the final, I believe.
I love that. It's like, listen, they won all their matches. They're in the final. Shouting Louis Walsh.
They're in the final. They've got star power, killing it.
Oh man,
on the boys.
I just love it. See, now I just want to go and do something to test my body.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is, but I just want to.
Do you want to hit you something in this room?
Because
steel ladder
to the head.
Yeah,
but like I feel like I'm going to buy straps, but not to like hold the weights. I'm just going to tie
myself down so I can't fucking do anything.
Yeah, up the Waddies.
Up the Waddies, guys.
That's what I'm going to actually call this podcast. Up the Waddies.
Oh my god, please do. They would actually
be a nice time. Speaking of the Waddies, I think I've got a couple of questions for you.
Oh fuck yeah, I want to see the dog.
Yeah, do you like that?
Yep.
Funny story about that. That's to represent my dog.
It represents a dog because it literally is a dog.
It reps my dog because he is a dog. But the thing about that is I ordered it for this purpose of being a thing in the pod.
I love it. What's he called?
My dog's Vinny, but I call him Vinny too because it's Mini Vinny, nice. You see.
Oh, Mini Vinny.
Yeah. But what happened was it came to my house in like a box, obviously, not just like this. A dude knocked on the door and goes, "You order this?" Yeah, cheers. But Catherine opened it and thought that I had bought her, because it's around either her birthday or Christmas or something when I ordered it.
Yeah.
She thought I bought this for her as like a gift.
She was like, there you go, baby.
Fuck, do we do that? And like she had opened it and looked at it and was raging because she thought, and then I was like, oh, it's from a podcast. She's like, oh, thank God. I thought you were some like fucking...
I thought you didn't fucking know me at all.
No.
I bite my tongue.
But it's just, I don't know you. You're a stranger to me. Let me see. Questions.
You order this, mate.
It takes so long to get questions up. Connor, the con man, I like to call him,
the condom,
has said, new year, new health goals, man. Ever considered a couch to 5k running program?
I think I did a 5k once and it was fucking awful. It was a good thing to do though. I achieved it. I actually ran beyond where I was supposed to go because I forgot to ask where I was supposed to stop.
Did you?
So I just kept going, and then I ended up just walking the rest of the marathon because I didn't know where the person I was supposed to tag was meant to be.
Did you just stick Creed in and just off you went?
Yeah, I was listening to tunes the guy the whole way, man. It was awesome. And the girl that I was supposed to go, there you go, now, because we were doing legs in the marathon, I never seen her. She eventually just, after like ages, decided to run on. So I guess
I thought you were going to say ever again.
I've never seen her ever again. Like,
never.
She got kidnapped or something. Because I wasn't there.
Yeah, done. You know what? I think
that
should be the thing. If you're not there to receive the baton, you just have to, like, seppuku yourself. Yourself. That's it. Done. She fucked up the marathon. But I think my honest answer is no. I had considered couch to 5k, but I think I was fooling myself.
I have no intention of doing that.
I don't want to run. I've been lucky for being a big man. I've never really had pains in my joints.
Really?
I don't want to get pains in my joints.
That's good, yeah. Because running's like fucking, the knees are sore.
Mm-hmm. But you know what I like to do? I like to walk.
Yeah. Walking's better for you than running.
Exactly. And I feel like I need to come out about something here to the audience. And I may or may not, it's open interpretation, at Christmas have received a gift from my sister that is a coat.
Right?
Yeah, but it's an Arsenal coat, so Arsenal FC.
Right?
But it looks very much and feels like a dry robe.
Okay.
And I walk my dog in it, and
I
you know
respect
what?
that.
I've slated the sea swimmers a lot about it, but it's like a hug in a coat.
Yeah,
and
dude, them dry robes are,
you know what?
amazing.
I'm going to wear it. I'm not going to wear it to the shops because I'm not going to be a hypocrite, but I'll wear it to walk my dog in the morning, first thing.
You deserve that.
Yeah, and you can wear it with shorts and it looks like you have nothing underneath, and that's a vibe.
Oh, yeah, that is a good vibe.
That's what I'm talking about.
Long t-shirt, small shorts, just looks like you're fucking freeballing it.
Yeah, you're like, what's that guy called? Oh, and he's all the Irish people fancy him and all, and he was in Ordinary People.
Oh, what is his name? Oh, he's going to be in the new Gladiator movie, isn't he? By Ridley Scott. There's an Irish guy who's going to be in the new Gladiator movie.
What's it? Mescal? Paul Mescal.
Paul Mescal.
Yeah.
That's it.
I hate that there's going to be a new Gladiator movie. Is Russell going to be in it?
I don't think so.
Brand, I hope.
Yeah. I think it's Paul Mescal. I think he's the guy.
Oh, speaking of theirs, Barry Keoghan on Saltburn flirting with Jacob Elordi and manifesting stardom. Nice. That's from
That was
Apple.
one of your recommendations.
Yeah. Listen. Jane says, have either of you been to a drag show in Belfast? If not, why not?
I think I have been in Maverick whilst drag was on, and that's it. I haven't been in an actual show.
Yeah.
I've been hammered. Went to Maverick. This was right after I got off my ankles braces, and they were like, "Let's have a dance off, everybody." People get on stage, and I was like so hammered. I was like, "I can fucking do that." Got up and was like, "I actually can't dance. My legs don't work." And they told me to go off stage. Oh, no. And I was like, "Bro, no."
Well, you're not like, hold on, let me stop you there. I have both. This is like a fucking Lazarus moment here. I have my legs don't work.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys.
I can't even remember the song I chose.
Yeah.
It was probably ridiculous. They told me to get off.
You know what? You should have said.
And then the mate I was with was like, "You told me you could dance, bro." Like, he was really disappointed.
But did you know, like, both my legs were broken? What the fuck? Give me a break.
Like, the fact I'm standing there is amazing.
You know, you need to dance, man. Legs.
Yeah.
I don't have them right
Yeah.
now. You know what I would have done? I'd just gone straight down my local library and I'd have protested. I'd be like, "You guys, if you're not going to let me dance, I'm not going to let you read the kids. Yeah. Fucking bastards."
Have you been to a drag show?
I feel like I've not been to a exclusive drag show.
Like, you've been to a show where a guy is dressed as a woman just on stage?
I've been to cabaret.
Okay.
I've seen like drag, but then I don't really, I don't disrespect. Like, I appreciate drag. I know it's an impressive art form.
Yeah.
But I don't really like lip syncing.
Yeah.
I don't like it. And I also think drag artists, they dance with too much aggression.
Oh, you think so?
Like, I just worry about their joints. Do you ever see, like, you never see
throw out your fucking shoulders
There's
there.
never fluid. It's always whoa, whoa. It's like, relax.
I would pay to see you do drag.
There's a guy who does drag and cabaret. It looks a lot like me. Have you ever seen him?
I don't know if I have, but I can picture you entirely in drag right now.
You know what? I'm going to have to find this guy.
Let me see this guy.
What's it called? Is it Cabaret Belfast Drag? Belfast Drag Show. Drag show, darling. And this dude, because that dude.
Yeah, I've seen that guy.
And it's like me, isn't he?
Holy fuck, yeah.
Like, there you go. That's just
Does
me.
he stand up?
I think not. I think he just does a lot of like he could, but you know,
stage performances.
You know, like some shows are like,
very funny.
Yeah, funny, and also elements of drag and stand up combined. I mean, he looks just like me,
dude.
Like, if I did Sam Smith, that's kind of
be a stunt double. Yeah.
You know what? We should be in some kind of band.
Yeah.
Together. And you know what? He's cute. I like him.
Yep.
I like what he's working with. But no, you know what?
Killing it.
I'm up for it if they promise me they're going to knock the fucking stiff dancing on the head.
Oh, yeah?
And I want to see more fluidity. I want to see more, like, a body popping. I don't want to
change the word of drag.
You know, remember there's a guy, what's he called, like, Bobby Boucher or something. I know he wasn't, but it was something like that. Like he's a water boy or something. They were
Yeah. How do I know that?
But he was like just this guy in amongst the drag show, just really dancing well, and it was like
killing it.
I was like, this guy's got shapes.
Okay.
But it was like, you know, when you're watching like it and you're like, everyone's kind of like, there's pomp and pageantry here. There's like they're all these marvelous outfits, over the top garb, and this dude's just in a vest and a pair of trousers.
And he was fucking murdering
really well. Yeah. Oh, his name's something classic, Bobby. I nearly said De Niro, but that's not it.
Bobby De Niro. That'd be a good drag name.
Bobby De Niro. What would your drag name be if you were to?
Oh man, I've thought about this. I can't think. I don't know. Like, did you say I listened to a podcast where you said your drag name before?
I mean, I could have done. I can't remember.
Anytime I try to think of that, it needs to be some like kind of like horny play on words.
See, I like Dusty Cox.
Yeah, there you go.
Like that would be like my if I was like a.
You get a bunch of like 80-year-olds showing up, or like really old, dusty old cocks.
Oh, like that would be my if I was in a show band.
Dusty
Cox and the Small Man.
Yeah, lad, that'd be a real like you'd be a country singer.
Yeah.
Welcome to the stage, Dusty Cox and the Small Man. Yeah,
I'd be so raging to be fuck. I'm not even that fucking small.
Yeah, dude, yeah. Oh. And all these like gay guys keep showing up, and you're like this pure Republican redneck kind of what the fuck. I'm just trying to sing songs. My name is Dusty Cox. I was like, this isn't a drag show.
No, our stuff day. And you're like, no, it's not what it's all about. No. But then you know
goddamn
what?
Sick individuals, stay away from my show.
I know what that feels like, because I remember when Sex and the City first came out.
Yeah,
I thought I was going to see a lot of tits. And
yeah, man, that was the most disappointing. I remember being a kid, being like, I'm gonna stick on Sex and the City, see some action. Nothing. Very rare. Just SJP typing on a wee laptop.
But worrying about fashion. I don't want to see fashion. I want to see boobies.
See boobies.
I don't want to see boobs. Naomi has said there's a girl on TikTok that will make jewellery out of your pubes and other bodily fluids.
I've seen this.
Who said love is dead? Now, here's the thing, Naomi.
I've seen this lady.
As much as
it's Naomi.
Yeah.
It's her.
Don't send me links on Patreon. I can't get them. And by the way, if you want to ask questions of the podcast,
is this a Patreon?
No, this isn't.
Oh, right, okay.
But the questions only come from the patrons, you see.
Yes.
I don't put public questions.
Yes, enough of these commoners.
So I don't know do you know what this girl's called? I don't want to type in pube jeweler.
Pube jewellery. Jizz necklace.
I mean, I've dished out a few in my time. Yes! No, I haven't, ever.
I've never done that in my
Never
life.
done a pearl necklace or otherwise.
What's pearl necklace? You just jizz around their neck?
Yeah.
To make a wee necklace. Interesting, okay.
I think if you just jizz on somebody, they call that a pearl necklace.
Really?
It's like,
it's all over the place.
Yeah, you know what? I like to just keep mine internal.
You like to keep it where it's meant to be.
Yes. Pubic jewellery. Let's have a look. Because the last time we were looking on social media together, it was that sweet guy in the swimming in the fish shop. I love that so much.
It's really like... Yeah, I was thinking like pussy in the fish tank sounds like something you'd say if you're really busy that day. You're like, oh mate, you're coming out to the park? You're like, nah mate, my pussy's really in the fish tank today, lad. And I really can't do that.
But you know what?
Where are we going to the park? We're like 40, but anyway.
But I love the fact that like that guy did that and thought he was mad, and everybody's just like, bro's got a coochie.
Dude, I had a theory, right, as well. Like, see if you're going to be a male protesting naked, there's a very fine line about the size of your cock.
Yeah.
It can't be too small.
No.
Otherwise, everyone's going to make an absolute joke of what you're trying to... Like, the message is lost. They'll be like, yeah, he's protesting the war in Ukraine, but... Dude, look how small his cock is.
Yeah.
Like, let's be...
This guy, it's not even a small cock. It's a full pussy.
Yeah, it's a
and like,
vagina.
there's no balls.
Yeah,
either. It's just a pussy.
That's bad, like.
Yeah.
But you also can't have a huge dong.
No.
If your dick's too big, it's almost like...
Oh, you don't even want to protest.
He's like, we need to raise money for the orphanage. And I was like, look at the hog in that guy. Like, why is he naked?
And why has he got a Brazilian?
Yeah.
Worry less about the Gaza Strip and more about that strip right there. It's big dog. Yeah, you would resent that, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I mean, and then I think anything you do with children don't involve your cock.
Yeah.
I'm raising
don't
money for
the
children of Palestine. By what? I'm getting this piece out.
Yeah. Like, I'll let you
9-inch floppy.
I'll let you see my doinger.
Yeah. Like, your dick you shouldn't be able to knee your own dick. That's my...
If you had... do you know what? I honestly wouldn't want a massive wiener. I think it's almost like everyone would be like, yeah, they'd want to see it.
Uh-huh.
They'd want to like Like, can I touch it?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you don't want that in your life forever.
Yeah. You need to pack it into the trousers, you know what I mean? You don't want to... Yeah. I mean, I don't know what it would be like.
I think you just want a respectable piece.
Yeah. Like a Prince Albert, you don't want one of those babies where you have to invent the piercing to attach it to the side of your trousers.
Yeah. Would you get a Prince Albert? That's the piercing through the dick hole.
That was the origin of it. Apparently the actual Prince Albert had a big dick and it didn't look too royal. So they had to like to attach it to the side of his trousers by putting
What?
So they say that's how it...
That's where that originated?
Apparently so, yeah.
If you had a piercing named after you, what would it be? The Dave Elliott?
Piercing? The worst named thing ever. The Dave Elliott, please. I mean, I would go for the daddy piercing.
Yeah.
I just call it that.
The daddy piercing. I feel like that's like...
it'll be a thing, but it would be a thing in I imagine, like an S&M world.
Yeah, that'd be like 2 bolts going through your nipples or something.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? If I were to get anything pierced, I think there's something... I just think I've got a magpie vibe. You know what I mean? Like I like shiny things.
Yes.
So if I see people dancing around with pierced nipples, I'll look. You know. And I like a pierced... Like Howard Donald had pierced nipples and Take That. I liked it.
Howard Donald?
Yeah.
Who's that?
From Take That.
Who's Howard Donald? Take That.
Howard Donald is one of the 4 guys in Take That.
Really?
Yeah, and he had pierced nipples and he used to just dance around and all of them out. And I
know you were just always like...
Yeah, this is startling. And I mean, I like a pierced nipple on a woman too. Like, I'm not averse to it.
I have my nipples pierced, but they're so... The actual nipple head on my nipple is so small.
See, that's the
problem.
problem.
The piercing... The guy was like, this isn't technically going to go through your nipple because it will probably rip your nipple off.
Yeah. Oh.
We're going under. He like went under the nipple, dude. Yeah. Like he was like in my fucking it was
your
painful.
Actual chest.
He was in me, like yeah, and it was so. And then I lost it at the beach, like maybe a year later. But I loved having it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Would you ever get it
I probably would get my...
say reimbursed. I don't know.
Yeah, go back to him now. Yeah. I lost that, bro. He's like, who are you? I would maybe get my nipples done again. I've thought about it before, but I just never got around to it.
Yeah. Is there anyone
I only had one done, not the both.
See, I think you gotta.
You gotta go 2 nips.
Yeah. And you know what? I always say that's the ultimate style you want to go for. A string vest, just like let the nipples out. You show people what you're about.
Yeah, man. Especially with a piercing through a string vest, like the nipples, like it's such a fucking statement.
Oh, but I don't mean a string vest. I mean a stringer. So like, you know, the one bodybuilders, just the strings will hang down.
Oh yeah,
and everything's out. They don't care. Like that's what you talk.
That's an intense look at the gym, lad. Yeah.
I just mean going to the shop.
Going to the shop, like
listen, go to the park.
In our stringers with the nipples pierced.
Exactly, and showing, and again, that shows people what you're about off the bat.
Yeah, like to be fair, they may laugh, they may mock, but at least they know you're being real. Yeah, and they know what you're about. And
then you just say to them, "Listen, this is how I like my jewellery."
Yeah,
you know what's it to you? You know?
The daddy, the Dave Elliott. Yeah. That's the Dave Elliott look. 2 nipples pierced, string top, string vest.
Yeah, go for it.
At the park.
But then, I think the ultimate fantasy, if I was going to go for piercing, you'd need to get everything connected.
You would like chain it all up.
I want to look like the guy from the 300. You know what I mean? I want to have the chains all together.
Like, what does he say? Little Leonidas, I am a god.
I'm Xerxes.
Yeah.
You know what I want? If I'm getting pierced, I want my body to be like a posh Victorian mansion. You know, when the bells are all around the room. Yeah, I want you, if you ring my ear, my cock shakes. You know what I mean? The full.
You just like ring your ear, your dick starts going up.
There's a Britain's Got Talent right there.
Yes.
Yeah, go for it. That's what I'm going for. I'd like it, and like where would I? There's some piercings I see. I'm like, nah. Like, see when people get hit the fat in their neck pierced. I'm like, what do you do?
Oh yeah, the back of their head, that bar.
Like,
I know a few people that had that.
Mm-hmm. That's a lot of.
Then
skin
they get the bar there. Yeah, like in the back of your neck's insane because the skin isn't even like. You gotta pull that shit back. Like it's like fucking thick skin.
What happens if you want to squat?
Fuck that.
You know what else I don't like? Whenever I just think it scares me a bit when people get like the gaped earlobe. You know, when they stretch it and it just flops down.
Yeah.
The only way to put that back is to sew it back together.
Really? Yeah, I'm not into that, man. I'm not into that. I never wanted to go that far. Yeah. It never did anything for me.
No, I would like to do, you know, I would think like piercing people here, they're still pussios until they go for like, you know, Amazonian woman, big lip plate until I see somebody with a big lip down
you won't
here.
Respect anybody with full piercings.
And then you know what, you'd regret that too.
Oh yeah.
Because then when you take that out, your lips just right here.
Yeah.
Not a sweet look.
Yeah, no, that's not a sweet look. Yeah.
And then you'd be like, why do you have that lip? And you couldn't even speak properly. You'd be like a zombie.
Right.
Oh, it'd be.
Yeah, what is the actual origin of that lip thing? Like, what's the point? Is it some kind of spiritual?
Then, like,
sometimes I think these spiritual teachers are taking a piss out of these people.
yeah, I mean, they have to, like, that is.
Like, if you stretch your neck to hear, although it's like, it's a sign of, like, but you're like, that's gotta hurt. Like,
yeah, I mean, it's not ideal.
Just like, let's see what we get them to do.
Because then eventually there'll come a point where there's no more stretch and you'll decapitate somebody. Or, like, break their
The
neck.
hell eventually just.
Oh, no.
God damn.
But hey, listen, I look dope in the afterlife. The human giraffe. Nah, it's like.
The human giraffe.
But then another one's like.
Bound to be offensive.
Yeah, I'm sure
culture.
some culture, but listen, at least we're not appropriating it.
Exactly.
But you know, there's people who get, like, whenever they cut their.
You should, though. That would be fucking amazing if you start appropriating that culture. I was
You'd
like,
be
Dave,
like,
please stop.
Dave started wearing a necklace. And you're like, oh, dope.
Oh, he's wearing 2 necklaces
And it's
today.
like, he's wearing 7. Like,
It's like. His neck's getting really long.
But I mean, he looks good. Like, I could do with a straighter neck. Actually, I think
Yeah.
I would benefit from that because I'm getting that wee bit of a hunched back
yeah.
thing coming on, so I need to work on that.
Yeah, sometimes I look at pictures of myself and I'm literally like, and then I'm like, Jesus Christ.
You need some Masai Mara neck work. Like, that's what you need.
Is that when you attach the weights to your head?
Oh no! Listen, I'm adamant that my rugby coach invented that, and we mocked him.
Oh really?
Yeah, because
I'm
back
sitting there like.
But back in the day, he said to me, "You know what you need to do," and he spoke like this, Dave. You know, over the summer, you know what you need to do. And I was like, I'll tell you what I will be doing: 14 wanks a day. And he's like,
Like
yeah.
14-year-olds.
He goes, what you need to do? You need to get a belt and tie it to your head, and then put it around your neck.
And you're
and then
like,
tie it to your roof, and then kill yourself. No, you need to tie a weight to the end of
and
the
that's
belt.
how you wank, Dave.
And then do this. It'll strengthen your neck. And now those things are just flat out.
But everyone's got like
Guy.
thick ass necks.
Yeah. But you know what? Other cultures cut your foreskin, your clits off when you're born.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, like what's the like me and William were discussing that. Like, what's God's deal with foreskins? Like, he's like, get them off.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's weird.
I'm making a coat. I need them.
I would like. I would panic about getting circumcised. I think.
I wouldn't want it.
I like the feeling, and I would hate it to change. You know.
Yeah, dude.
And, you know, and I'd be so pissed off my mum and dad. I'd be like, why did you give me to a guy that lives in a tunnel under a synagogue and then cut my dick off? What's going on
Like
there?
that. Yeah, and they're like, oh,
You know, in fact,
everybody was doing it.
You know what? Kids should be allowed to just get their like mum's titties cut off or something.
Yeah, like if you get circumcised, like when you're older, you should be able to decide if that guy cut your mum's tits off.
But you know what I would do? I would go to a farm and I'd get with big sheep shears.
Yeah.
And I'd just grab her by the titty and
Oh,
just go for that and be like, listen, I didn't expect to have my force cut off at like 3 weeks old. So I'm sorry, you're 67, get your titty cut off.
you're not using these.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
But what would you cut a titty off with?
What would I cut a titty off with?
You couldn't do it with like a hedge trimmer. That'd be
You gotta do something clean like you suggested. You couldn't do it with a chainsaw. That'd be a fucking mess.
Yeah. And look at Leatherface. You'd have shit clothing out of that. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Like, what would you do with
ruin
a
the
couple of
integrity
titties?
of the titty?
Like, what would you do if you had a couple of colours? You're Leatherface, right?
Right.
And he's a fashionista, really, isn't he?
He's ahead of his time,
fashionista.
technically.
So, like, he likes to cut their faces off and make masks.
Yep.
You have a pair of titties. The titties aren't connected.
They didn't belong to anybody. You just have a pair of titties.
Yeah, but
what are you doing with them?
But the titties aren't connected, so
You have 2 separate
just
titties. I'd make 2 wee hats.
yeah, 2 wee hats.
I'd haul them out and make
I would
a
go
couple
for
of hats.
I would
Bro.
go for earmuffs.
It's just fucking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
In
like
fact, don't use the titties. Use the actual muff.
Tits
And then
by
you-
Dre, lad.
Literal earmuffs. Yeah, just muffs in your ears, like that guy's coochie from the
Yeah, lad.
fish shop. That'd be pretty cool.
that would be pretty cool. That'd be pretty
Yeah,
cool.
Listen, guys. If you're listening to the podcast, whatever you recommend in terms of like clothing, you think body parts would be good for. I remember when I spoke. This is not the first time I've had this conversation. I can't remember who it was. Was like, yeah, you know what you could do, and this is fucking mental. They're like, you could, yeah, if you cut a dick off, you could make like a dick covering out of it.
You're like,
I was like, but,
cover your now non-existent dick.
yeah, but it's like what? So
Skin.
yeah, so you cover your dick with another guy's. Why did you not? And he's like, oh yeah, it's a bit weird, isn't it?
Yeah, wee bit.
We're in
lad.
the realms of like making clothes out of bodies here. So you know, I mean, you know, like those dudes that like you used to be terrified of when you were a kid, cannibals in the jungle. Remember that was like a
Yeah.
big like fear you had. You're
Was
like,
that like when you were kids? Was that like one of those things that was going around? Be like, fuck, if I get lost in the jungle, I'm gonna get eaten.
yeah, by these guys with bones through their nose.
Yes,
you
lad.
know, and like that would always terrify. Same as quicksand. It always terrified me and never seen.
And like you
quicksand
never
in
come
life.
across quicksand in your life.
No, well, if I did, I would.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I'll show you quicksand.
Take it.
Yeah, and then Barry Keoghan would be out eating the quicksand. But yeah, I don't know. I think the stuff that you're warned about as a kid are maybe not the things you really need to be warned about.
Yeah, like when I was a kid, I was fascinated and terrified at the same time of hurricanes, of acid rain. Like, I used to be like, fucking acid. It's like,
Yeah, volcanoes.
and like all these great white sharks, like, and like tarantulas. Like, I thought about those things a lot when I was a kid. I used to draw tornadoes all the time.
Yeah, but they are sweet to draw as well.
They're pretty cool at anyone can do it, and
Yeah.
you always look
And
like,
you like Taz as well, and you can just
love
tie it
Taz.
in.
Yeah, love Taz in cartoon and chocolate form.
Yeah, oh, he was a fucking piece of
He's
shit.
a tasty bastard.
Yeah, and I'd see now that I'm not eating as much sugar, I would eat the fuck out of Taz.
Oh
right now.
yeah, lad. They don't even do it anymore. That's how good it is.
But there's anything else you were like that you feel that your parents should have warned you about as a child? Like, I'm going to say honestly, obesity. I think that should have been
Yeah,
the thing that they should have warned me more
My
about.
ma-
Heart health.
yeah, 100%. Because I remember growing up, and when I decided to get healthy in my life, I thought back to my like teenage years, and I was eating like frozen chicken nuggets every day, Coca-Cola, and like not one at any point did either of my parents go, "You need to start eating health." Like, do you know what I mean? Like, because they didn't give a fuck about nutrition.
Yeah. But then they're probably like, listen, if you eat enough and you get heavier, it's harder for you to be completely consumed by the quicksand. You'd be like, of course.
Yeah, that's true.
And
Actually,
also
maybe
be
they're
harder for
fattening
the
me up, dude.
cannibals to get you into the pot.
You look so tasty to accountable.
Yeah.
You'd be like, oh, I'm gonna fucking eat that guy.
Yeah, out.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
So that's what he said.
Yeah.
AKA me.
I don't know. Yeah, I think, but as a parent, I'm going to warn my kids about the literal things they should be fearing.
Heart disease.
Heart disease.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, another thing too, with hindsight, I'm going to be like, listen, you need to start flossing early. Take care of your
Oh
teeth.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
fucking good one, lad.
Floss, guys. It's
I
important.
was so obsessed with cleaning my teeth as a kid.
Yeah.
I was a hygiene kid.
See,
when it came to my teeth.
I like to hear that because I've heard recently, and I didn't. People listening will probably go, "Oh fuck, I know some." Apparently, like not all guys clean their teeth. Like apparently that's a dude thing. That
Is
some
it?
fellas won't clean their
That's
teeth,
so bad. Like,
and it's stinking. Like I think I would clean my teeth probably. Well, obviously first thing in the morning before I go to bed, with like.
sometimes in the middle of the day,
I
if I'm like,
yeah.
I've just eaten and my mouth tastes annoying, I'm brushing my teeth.
And you know what I'm into as well now that I'm gonna get my kids to do mouthwash.
Yeah,
That's
lad.
good going. Get that done too.
That's good. What else? Like, see, as a kid, I remember as a kid, I was like weirdly, I had this like whole religious thing going on because I thought Jesus was like fucking sick,
Yeah.
and I was like, fuck the devil. I used to like actually be like, fuck you, the devil. I remember when
Have you ever said that? Like, I'm too.
I used to just say that in rooms by myself. Like, fuck you, the devil.
Yeah, and I like you give him his full name.
The devil every
Fuck
time.
you, the devil.
I remember I wrote a Christmas card to Jesus because I was like, Jesus never gets Christmas cards. Left it in my drawer, and my mom found it like 3 years later. She's like, you're a fucking loser. And I was like, I know that.
And what did you sign off? A P.S. Fuck you, the devil.
Fuck the devil, man. I remember doing Lent as a kid, and I was so like, I'm not gonna eat any fucking chocolate. You think you can fucking tempt me, the devil? Fuck you. And I used to like not eat chocolate all Lent. I used to really want it, and it used to torture me, but I was like, I'm stronger than the devil.
Yeah, and you beat the devil.
I just beat the devil every Lent.
You know what happened to me? The devil would be like, "Go sweet," and I'm like, "Yes, sweet."
Like,
The devil, I'll
fuck
go for
yeah,
it.
the devil, man.
And then I'd be like, "Fuck, that's how he does it."
Yeah, lad, he tempted you.
That's how the
It's like,
devil
oh,
does
he
it.
tempted me again.
Fuck you, the
He
devil.
didn't even try, he just give it to you.
But what does the devil do once he tempts you? Does he gloat, or does he just be like,
I think he's like, hey, Jesus,
Yeah.
your wee people suck.
Yeah, so like you say you're Jesus and I'm the devil and I've just eaten a sweet. Does he just like, like right in his face?
I
Hey,
be-
Jesus.
And I was like, in your corner, I'd be like, no, his faith is strong enough to resist that sweet. And you're just like, before he even asks you what he
I'm like, it's a
you say,
Malteser.
hey, and you're like, give me it.
And like, fuck, and then Jesus is like, fuck, man, that's the devil does that all the
Yeah.
time. And it's what he does, for fuck's sake.
That's literally his job. I always find that kind of weird because, like, if you're looking at, like, God and religion that way, God created everything. God created evil as well. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean?
But then God's supposed to forgive you too, isn't he?
And maybe evil's the absence of God, which maybe means that everything is evil without God.
But I remember I had a kid's Bible recently, and
I stole it off a kid.
But and I was like, yeah, I guess I am. I'm the devil.
I'm a fucking devil,
and
dude.
I'm tempted to steal. But I had this like kid's Bible, and it had the story of the devil and it was just a picture of God, kind of like this is Sparta booting the devil from
Yeah.
heaven.
Oh, yeah.
And the devil's falling. And I was like, oh, God forgave people. Why is he not just forgive
Not
the
the
devil?
devil,
And then
lad.
does the devil, is it like a redemption arc for him because he's Lucifer? And they're like, fuck you, Lucifer. And then Lucifer's fallen. He's like, I'm not Lucifer anymore. I'm the devil.
Yeah, at one point he was like, I'm the fucking
Rebranded?
devil, bitch. Yeah, he went
Yeah.
through a PR rebrand.
And like,
lad.
how high was his blood pressure to go from being like a blonde-haired guy into
Yeah,
just
like
weird.
part of the devil is beautiful. That's what they say. You
Yeah.
know, if you see the devil, you think you're like, that guy's fucking hot, lad.
See, and then maybe that's the trick, because
And that he tricks you into thinking he's good, but he's actually the devil.
yeah, and that's why he is.
That's why he's the fucking devil. Then
You know what? The devil, in fairness to him, he's the best.
he knows he's. That's the thing. The whole Bible is like the devil knows he's fucked. He knows he's doomed, so he's trying to corrupt as many cunts
Yeah.
as he can before God
How-
comes and beats his ass.
But you know why you speak like an old relative and stuff, and they'll be like, listen, when God decides it's your time,
Mm-hmm.
the devil's still kicking about. He can't kill the devil. So the devil's like thousands of years old and just deviling around, mugging people off.
Yeah.
Offering apples, putting sugar in the soda pop.
Soda,
He's just
soda pop.
going around being a piece of
Do
shit.
you know what's crazy, right? That's the story of the Bible, right? God's like, I'm gonna end this. The end of the world is coming. Like,
Yeah.
he could do that right now and just fucking save everybody.
Yeah.
Which means he's probably made some kind of deal with the devil. He's like, let's have a bargain. By the time I fucking destroy your ass, it's not like that.
The
Although
devil's like,
maybe.
the devil is tempting after all.
Yeah, it is a sweet ass. I'm sorry. I did create it. That's why it's so hot. But yeah. So that means he goes, I'm gonna give you a certain length of time to see how many people you can fucking corrupt,
Uh-huh.
and then I'm gonna come
So
down
the-
and send them cunts to
Shit.
hell.
So this is like Shutter Island.
Yeah,
The
dude.
twist is God's the problem.
Yeah, that sounds kind of mental.
It's like God being like, listen,
That's kind of gaslighty, manipulating.
I can wipe you out, but let's see if you can beat. It's egomaniacal.
Let's see if you can
me.
beat me, the thing I made.
Yeah, go ahead.
I
the
know you
devil.
can't because I made you.
And you know what? God would still call him Lucifer, though. He'd be like, I'm not fucking.
Calling you the devil,
I'm
dude.
the-
That's
I'm-
like a guy in your class trying to come up with his own nickname.
Yeah,
He's like, I know a guy who's like, call me Tails. Right.
yeah.
No, dude.
And he's like, fuck.
Yeah.
And you're like, listen, Tails, what I'll do, I'll call you Tails. But
Tails,
what
right?
do
You know, because it's pretty cool. I'm going to call you Tails. Yeah.
I like that. You sound like a character out of Sonic.
I think that's what he's going for.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that. But you know what you can do, Tails? You've got until the end of the day to try and corrupt a few as many teachers, not give us homework. If you succeed, I'll
Yeah.
call you Tails. And if you fail, like what a, you know
I'll
what?
just kill you.
Here's something to think about. I don't know if the devil has done as many sly things as God has done throughout history.
Yeah, man. God has, yeah. God's
Like the
done some
devil's
fucking-
not firing locusts at people.
Dude, God tried to. God told a guy, was it Abraham?
Yeah, on the fire to kill his own son.
Yeah, he's like, I want you to kill your own son. And he's like, let's see if he'll do it. And he goes to do it, and God's like, holy shit, bro. No.
Yeah. But you know what the good thing about that
Fucking
is?
psycho, lad.
God's like Johnny Knoxville, isn't he? Just producing mugs for people. He's
Yeah,
like,
he's
it's
like-
Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah, he's
pumping
like, I'm God, and I'm about to see if we're about to do the human sacrifice.
Yeah.
And then they go down to do it.
Imagine he slipped the tongue and he's like, listen, I'm God, we're going to do the human centipede. And he's
Yeah.
like, ready, Abraham, let's see what you've got.
Yeah, he's like, will you human centipede? Didn't Abraham have like 30 kids?
Oh,
He
fuck,
lived for,
that'd
like-
be impressive.
He
That'd
lived for
be a
like
treat.
500 years or something, 1,000
Yeah.
years. The old Jewish guys used to live for like thousands of years.
Yeah. Under tunnels in the synagogues, as they found out in New York.
What is that story? Again,
Yeah.
I seen a brief snippet of it.
Yeah, listen, they're just guys being dudes.
Guys
You know?
being dudes, guys like being on tunnels. Get
It is
over
what
it.
it is. Yeah, I mean, I would love if they just came out and said that. Like, why are you raiding us? We just like tunnels. We built tunnels. We
We're
own
just guys who
synagogue.
like being underground
It is what it
tunnels.
is. But you know another weird one too, right? I read this book to the girls, and it was like a book about dinosaurs, and you go through it, and like, and then these dinosaurs, there's all these dinosaurs, and then the very end of the kids' book is like, and then they're completely wiped out by death. And you're like, that's grim.
The book,
Yeah, it was like, and then
they
they're
refer
all
to
dead.
the meteor as death.
Yeah,
as
they're
death.
wiped out by death.
They're taken out by
But then
death
God
itself.
wipes out dinosaurs. But then Noah, right? They have a book about Noah,
Yeah.
and God's just annoyed. Like God's annoyed at people. He's like, they're selfish.
Yeah.
And he's like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to kill every single fucker in this world. Every human is killed apart from Noah's immediate family.
Yeah.
So he's just hopping there. His two sons, their missuses,
Yep.
and then his own wife. So it's like,
and a wreck
so
and
the
almost-
entire history. So everyone up until that point was formed from Adam and Eve and her rib and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then the devil was like, here, want a bit of that? And then they're fucked.
Yeah.
But then now So everyone is descendants of Noah.
Noah, yeah.
But like God wiped out everybody.
And
in
also
the world.
before that, before people, dinosaurs, millions of years then, what if God looks like a fucking T-Rex?
Yeah, and then they say chickens are dinosaurs, and they're like, that's weird.
That is weird.
You know what I think? I think we've kind of just debunked history here and shown everybody that like it's not that simple.
Yeah, exactly. 'Cause I'm more confused now than I was before I came in this room.
And you know what? Like
Sexually and to do this story.
yeah, it's hard because I now am thinking a wee bit like I kind of like the cut of the devil's jib. You know, like, he sounds like a pretty cool guy.
Cut of the devil's jib. Yeah. It's an interesting one. It's an interesting thought. I still think fuck the devil. That's my stance, bro.
Yeah. But you know what I reckon genuinely, and I mean this with respect to you, I reckon you would have more fun of an evening just hanging out with the devil than you would with God.
Probably that.
I think God would be, he'd pontificate and all, and you'd be, fuck off, God.
Yeah. Maybe you're right.
Well, you know what the devil would be like? You'd be like, here, devil. Sorry, give him his full term. Hey, the devil.
The devil?
Like, yeah. Like, do you want to do this? He'd be like, yeah.
You're right, bro.
That's pretty good.
I've already got it set up.
Yeah. See? Whereas
We're
God,
going to the
like,
family fuckathon in your neighbour's yard.
yeah, in the sauna. There
Yeah,
you go.
dude.
James McKegney, what a treat this has been. I should let you go. I mean, we could talk here about the devil all day, but what do you have anything coming up you want to plug or anything you want to talk about?
Plug in January 25th, the Terrace Hotel, Mahrafelt comedy show, William Thompson headlining. It's going to be an absolute smasher. I need to put another post up about that to advertise it. I just remembered. So that's going to be fun. Go to that. Ticket link at the Terrace Laughs on Instagram.
And where can people find you?
At James McKegney.
Or you know what you need
on
to
Instagram
do?
and
At James
the YouTubes.
McKegney on Instagram. You know what else you can do? Ask the devil. He knows.
He knows
It's been
me.
a pleasure, sir. Thank you very much. Fuck the devil. Fuck the devil. Do you want to say that?
Fuck the devil.
Good man.
I'm the sly guy.